Barcelona, Spain, I stumbled on the 2019 Volvo XC40 press preview expecting just a smaller version of Volvo's other SUVs, and I bet the majority of you were anticipating the identical. And who is able to blame us? All with the new generation Volvos, XC90, XC60, S90, V90, are cut from exactly the same cloth, and it's in contrast to we're referring to cheap polyester. What I found, though, was something distinctive. The XC40 has classic young guest kid syndrome, you know, the one that tries to differentiate himself from his older siblings by letting tattoos as well as a nipple ring. Though the family resemblance is clear, at appearance and driving dynamics, the XC40 fights due to its independence that has a scrappy demeanor along with a streak of rebellion, and that's very good news for audience. The XC40's attitude is watchily apparent rolling around in its daredevil different styling. This may be the most unique-looking SUV in Volvo's refreshed lineup. While it shares its basic shape to Volvo SUVs, it's impossible to miss the kicky-duck pillar don't tell Volvo. Nonetheless, it reminds me on the Jeep Compass shark fin, deeply sculpted lower door panels, and optional contrasting color roof. Still, don't enable the obvious details distract you from your more subtle ones, just like the concave grille, echoed in the dust by a slide dishing in the XC40's tailgate, the 90-degree seam formed from the front door, fender, and wrap over hood, and in what way 4 different body lines meet with the forward edge with the pillar. I'm inclined to say it's a Volvo, Jim, although not as we know it, but I'm fairly certain the reference is going to be lost within the millennials at whom the XC40 is targeted. Yes, kids, it's true, Leonard Nimoy was on another TV show before Big Bang Theory. The XC40 would be the first vehicle according to Volvo's compact modular architecture CMA to its friends, rather than the scalable product architecture SPA used by the 60 and 90 series vehicles. One has to wonder, how scalable can an architecture be if Volvo needed just one more for their smaller cars? Like the XC60, the XC40 uses McPherson struts at the start. Even so, the 4-link rear suspension employs coil springs as opposed to a transverse leaf. Despite the architecture differences, the XC40 can be just as good of an drive because the bigger Volvos, event off it exhibits more spirit and attitude. The press preview featured XC40 design models powered with the 248 horsepower T5 engine, which comes bundled with all-wheel drive. This would be the base power plant for Volvo's larger SUVs, nevertheless it's the high-end motor for your XC40, which weighs some 200 pounds lower than the XC60 and 700 pounds lower than the XC90. Removing the excess bulk does wonders. Whether you're stopped with a light or should jump into the passing lane, the T5-powered XC40 leaps ahead just like an SUV possessed, and we're inclined to think Volvo's 6.2-second claim to the 0-60 sprint. The 8-speed automatic transmission lives to downshift, and may happily do this with including the lightest prod from the pedal. This summer, Volvo will add the top-wheel drive T4 powertrain, which shares the T5's 2.0-liter displacement but runs on the different turbo and tuning to offer 185 horsepower and, presumably, better fuel economy. The XC40 design incorporates a sports-tuned suspension, and also the driving dynamics can best be described with all the sort of boilerplate clichés that hacks much like me use whenever we can't produce anything else. It turns in sharply, grips eagerly, along with the body stays relatively flat inside the turns. Steering effort is light, and it is quick response, and absence of feedback often brings about direction changes that happen to be rather more deliberate compared to the driver could possibly have intended. My automobile colleagues hated this inside XC60, It appears more in line together with the XC40's scrappy character, though a tad bit more road feel could well be welcome. Still, it forced me to grin, and intensely. That's everything that counts. The XC40 has 5 selectable drive modes: Eco, Comfort, Dynamic, Off-Road and Individual that happen to be supposed to alter throttle, steering and braking response, but determined by my experience there's no reason in pressing the button before the adjustable damper option arrives later in 2018. Inside, the XC40 gives up some with the elegance on the 60 and 90 series cars for just a more shabby chic feel. Its upright cabin feels rather narrow. The XC40 is really one from the wider vehicles inside segment. Back seat legroom is great, nevertheless the seats themselves lack thigh support. That's both surprising and disappointing. The 20.7 cubic foot luggage bay appears to have been made for people that has a cargo carrying fetish, what with its hidden storage, 6040 split fold back seat, and ski pass-through. You can even keep the swing-up cargo covering the cargo floor. What will they believe of next? In-cabin scored an excellent source of Volvo's customer research clinics. Along with the XC40's cabin is awash in bins and cubbies optimized for phones, tissue boxes, along with detritus on the dedicated Road Warrior. Volvo moved the top speakers on the doors to your dash so that the home pockets could accommodate a 15-inch laptop. There's a nifty mini trash removable and sporting a spring-loaded lid built to the center armrest. Community won't hold considerably more than a few ballad-up burger wrappers and also a discarded gum wrapper or two. The optional wireless charging pad is very large, future-proofing it against Samsung and Apple's fixation on ever larger phones, though I had trouble getting my old Samsung Galaxy S6 properly centered for the pad to ensure that it would charge. Like other Volvo models, the XC40 comes standard using the Sensus infotainment system and it is portrait-oriented touchscreen. I fell in love while using tablet-style UI if this first became available, but I must admit that familiarity has bred contempt. A few week-long Volvo press loans have educated me in that the navigation system can be hard to program, and swiping and pinching on your path between climate, audio and navigation options will get rather frustrating. New for your XC40 is definitely an app-based digital key that will for easy car sharing. Send someone a code and they also can unlock and drive the auto without a key, a feature that strikes me as both nifty and scary. The XC40 emerges with 4 interior color choices, black, white, red and tan, but only from the entry-level Momentum model. The redesigned version, home on the wonderful sports-tuned suspension, comes exclusively in black, though you might get it with orange carpets and door panels. The orange is unquestionably cool, hell 1970. Anyone wanna watch laugh ? But I still think Volvo interiors look their very best in lighter colors. Too bad you are able to only get them inside the Momentum trim. Volvo has priced the XC40 Momentum and redesign models at $34,195 and $36,695 respectively, including a $995 destination charge. Opting for your T5 all-wheel drive combo adds $2,000 with the idea to trim. Standard equipment levels are impressive. Momentum models include leather upholstery, an electrical tailgate, and Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility, even though the redesign adds navigation, 19 wheels, a hands-free tailgate, along with upgrades. Naturally, safety factors high within the XC40's priority list, with automatic emergency braking and lane and road departure mitigation as standard as well as a 360-degree camera, adaptive cruise, and blind spot and cross-traffic warning about the options list. The XC40 are going to be the first offering from Care by Volvo, the brand's fledgling subscription-based ownership program. Pre-configured Momentum and Redesign models will likely be offered for $600 and $700 each month respectively, plus tax, and also a $500 deposit, an expense that includes the automobile, insurance, and also a 15,000-mile annually allowance maintenance for 24 months. Insurance is furnished by Liberty Mutual, which can't affect the price but could say no to customers. After a year, buyers can upgrade to an alternative XC40 for just a new 24-month term, though unless Volvo plans money to Detroit-style yearly model changes, there doesn't are most often much reason to swap. This is a potential bargain for buyers who have a home in high insurance rate areas like New York or Frisco. Still, Volvo insists this system isn't with regards to a cheap deal. Instead, an easier experience for young buyers wanting to bypass traditional dealer bullshit. You go online, you order your car or truck, you will be making an appointment to pick it up, and that's that. No more getting hassled because of the F&I guy to acquire an extended warranty or listening on the service writer extol the virtues of the $159 transmission flush. It's no secret that Automobile is a large fan of Volvo's latest vehicles, and I think the XC40's mission for bring younger buyers into your brand are going to be a successful one. The cheeky XC40 makes all the Audi Q3, BMW X1 and Mercedes GLA appear like old fuddy-duddies, as well as the driving experience provides the Mini Countryman a run for the money. Add from the reasonable price, high equipment level, and available hassle-free subscription plan, as well as the XC40 definitely seems to be right on point. Like any little sibling, the XC40 is often clamoring for attention, and I think it's acquiring plenty. 2019 Volvo XC40 specifications. Spring 2018. Price: $34,195 base. Engine: 2.0 liters turbocharged DOC 16 valve i4 HP at 5,500 revolutions per minute, 258 lb-ft at 1,800 revolutions per minute. Transmission: 8-speed automatic. Layout: 4-door, 5-passenger, front engine, Ford SUV. EPA mileage: Na. LXWXH 174.2 by 73.3 by 65.0 inches, wheelbase 106.4 inches, weight 3,7103, 820 pounds, 060 miles per hour, 6.2 seconds, top speed 140 miles per hour.